Hello! Everybody, welcome back to D&D. I am your Dungeon Master. I am Cryolane. Today, I have my 5 lovelies with me. Can we all introduce ourselves and just our character name real quick? We don't have to do descriptions, because good God, if every time we did that, that'd be insane. K-Meister, you're up.
Hello, I'm K-Meister. You can just call me K. My character is Dolus.
All right. Azaraf.
Hi, I'm Oz. I'm playing Kieran.
Fantastic. Ray.
Hello, I'm Ray, aka Numuik. I play Lotus.
Glitched Streams.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm playing Socrates, aka Socks.
He's in the room with me. Oh no, censor that. This is for the kids. Ian.
Me and I'm playing the gnome artificer Twing.
Fantastic. All right. Does anybody have any specific things they want to get off their chest before I get into the description?
I love you.
Oh. Okay, I love you too. I bet about the campaign.
It's like Kay's been waiting on that for weeks, it sounds like. He's been holding it in.
He said I could say anything. Now it's
And remember that
me the
next
chance.
time
I
he
took
dies.
the opportunity.
Yeah, I'll remember that if Dolus is dying. I'll be like, Kay loves me. I can't do this to him. I can, and I will. Okay. All right. So where we left off last, you all had jumped aboard a galleon, popularly known as the Fogslip, but known to smugglers as the Gem of the Horizon. It is captained by Harmon, who seems whippish unshelved. And you were all quite relieved to be getting out of the port city. You had only gotten a couple 100 feet out of the harbor when you realized you were being pursued by a small skiff manned with a squadron of guards and headed at the very front by the Holdmaster of the Empire himself, Astronaun. So this is where we pick our campaign up. A few of you looking over the railing of the boat. Lotus, I remember, is at the front of the boat. Kieran, I believe your exact description of where you want to be was as far away from Harmon as possible, so you're also at the front of the boat because Harmon is at the helm. What would you all like to do?
Lotus, there are people following us.
Yeah, I can see that.
Are they good people?
No.
I'd have to assume not, little one.
Y'all reckon that helmet's just for show?
Do you think when you knock on it, it makes like a clunk clunk sound?
From experience,
I hope we're about to find out.
I wouldn't.
Could one of you possibly tell me how many of them there are?
Can I look over to see how many?
From your passive perception is just fine because none of them are trying to hide. The skiff currently has 8 people on it. 6 of them are outfitted in the typical guard wear. It's a little shinier than the ones that you would have seen in the port city right now. One of them is outfitted in this sort of leather outfit. They seems to be not quite fitting in with the rest of them. And then at the front, it's Astronaun. Big silver armor, big pauldrons, kind of spiky, big silver helmet. It's only got one tiny little eye slit in it, and honking demon horns of gold.
Well, he's certainly dressed to impress.
8 total.
So Dolus just kind of looks over and he's like, seems to be 6 gods, a normal looking one, and a large, shiny looking one.
And Twig just kind of looks back up at him and just kind of blinks a couple times, looks for a nearby crate, kind of kicks it to the side and jumps up on it so he can see over.
Yeah, you can see exactly the same thing. They're going to be about a solid 200 yards behind you. Your ship is still pulling away, but they're closing the gap.
I love that Dolus's accent got stronger since last week.
Hey, there's gonna be a few sessions of ironing it out, okay? So let's you're good, okay?
No. I think he's great.
Noah doesn't get to talk about it, so
I think he's
In a
great.
month, everyone will gain an accent.
Well, we've only got a few options. We can either A, wait for them to come and absolutely demolish us, or B, we try and stop them from ever catching up.
I reckon they're not gonna swim in that heavy armor very well.
That's kind of the idea.
Lovely.
Now, I have an idea. But the problem is we're going to have to let them close the gap just a bit if we want any hope of this working.
And how do you know they don't have the same idea that you do?
Well, let's just hope I can cast myself faster.
I see.
Starloss.
Yes?
Are you gonna do the Pashoom thing?
I hope it does not come to that.
Okay.
And
What
Dolus
is-
will reach in behind him and pull out his crossbow.
Is that the Pashoom thing?
No, that's not the Pashoom thing. That's the Pashoom.
Okay.
Dolus leans in to Lotus like really close. He's like, "Don't tell them about the Pashon thing."
Oh, it's so cool.
Harmon at the helm calls out and he's like, "Aye, the boys! Down below deck, protect the civvies. You lot, on board. You seem a fight-worthy lot."
This one's 2 years old.
I've never met a 2-year-old I wanted to fight. If you want to go below decks, ye lass, you can.
I don't wanna. I can fight.
I have an
Fight
idea,
well.
Harmon. We'll see what we can do.
Fantastic! If you can't do nothing, we're all gonna die! Harmon directs most of his crew members who aren't necessary to the operations on deck into the edges of the holds and down into the stairwells, so they're ready with their muskets.
Hey,
So there are people below decks.
Socrates.
Yeah.
The thing you did earlier where you teleported. Could you do that how many more times?
If I had to estimate, probably only once.
That doesn't do us a whole lot of good.
Not quite, but what did you have in mind?
Well, I might have a little trick that if I could get onto that little skiff, I could get them off of it.
Well, then it sounds like we wouldn't have to exactly come back if we take over.
Well, the problem is between the two of us, and I don't mean this in offense. I'm not sure we'll be able to get the boat fast enough back to this ship.
Well, you have any ideas that don't involve us drowning?
Well, I could swim, so not too worried about that myself.
As can I, but the ocean is a fickle queen.
Well, those two can fly. You, and he points at Kieran. He goes, "Can you get to that boat?"
I can get there. If you need to teleport, I can teleport. I'm not quite sure I could take somebody else though. Out of character. Can Misty Step take someone else?
No.
Yeah, I can get there myself, but I'd be a bit lost when I got there.
Well, I have an idea. And he turns to Dolus and goes, Kid. How much can you carry?
Mr. DM, how much can I
You
carry?
could carry a gnome, you couldn't carry a person.
Not you.
Not the
could carry
saying that a
him.
gnome isn't a person. You couldn't carry a full-sized human being, but you could carry a gnome.
I could carry him, and he points at Twin, but not you.
How far could you carry me?
I could make it to the boat, if that is what you intend.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This one's gonna fly me over the boat, and he's gonna drop me on. It's gonna be quick. You're gonna have to pick me back up. But I can
Why?
cast a spell that can knock all of them out of the boat.
And what if they shoot me out of the sky?
Well, I mean, it shoots you out of the sky or shoots you on the boat. I mean, which one do you prefer?
I suppose you're right.
Question. From what I can see, are any of them holding like crossbows or any type of ranged weapons?
Roll perception.
I have disadvantage. That's not 20.
With disadvantage.
God.
At
With
disadvantage.
That's 18.
disadvantage. Okay,
Nice.
18. You can tell this is typical guardware on most of them. It is nice and new, but the most they're gonna possibly be packing from what you see might be the little hand light crossbows. There's no big bows, there's nothing. They have swords, and Astronaut's got a very big spear.
Would,
That's it.
would Lotus recognize what a hand crossbow is?
Yes, Lotus would recognize what a hand crossbow is.
Lotus is going to tug on Dolus's sleeve and be like, they only have the small pew-pews. I think they're called hand crossbows?
I see.
If you want, I can go with you. You know I can do the thing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can stay. I will need this. And Dolus will just kind of reach around Lotus's neck and take a necklace off and put it around his own neck, just for insurance.
Okay. Are you
This
sure
plan
you don't want me to
sounds-
go with you?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, the boat is getting closer. It's gonna be within 100 yards now.
This plan sounds risky. There may be another solution to where we don't even have to come into contact with them.
And that would be...
Well, their boat uses a sail. Sails don't take too kindly to fire. If I wait for them to get within 120 feet, I could potentially light it and cause them to stop dead in their tracks.
I don't mean out of character.
Yeah.
You said it was a skiff?
It's a skiff.
Yeah, they
Well, it's a boat made of wood, so we'll take that back.
Okay.
Take that, rewind it back.
like wait, I don't think skiffs have sails.
It is being rowed. It is being rowed towards.
That's why I said the two of us wouldn't have been able to get it back.
That's also why it's faster than you guys, because it is not subject to the wind.
Dolus turns around and turns back. It definitely does not have a sail.
It's also made of wood, which also does not take too kindly to fire.
It also doesn't take too kindly to holes. I imagine I could add one of those.
Well, here's the deal. What I was planning to do probably would leave the boat not intact.
We don't need it.
Well,
But
Maybe.
regardless of that,
Whatever y'all are thinking of doing, you better think of doing it fast. They're coming up. The boat is about within 150 feet of you.
How about we do
Catch up
both
in
plans?
2 minutes.
how about you guys do yours and then I'll also do mine,
all right.
just to
can
make
go
sure
up.
it succeeds. If we see that yours is working, we can just turn around.
We can go up, and we can also be a distraction.
Yeah.
Yes,
If,
that's as
if
well.
you guys keep their eyes in the sky, I can maybe get a good shot in.
Should I just stay on the boat, Dolus?
Yes, and he gives her a little head pat. Just stay still.
And hearing this plan, I'm gonna command my my familiar raven Siren to just land on Dolus's shoulder. This is a friend of mine. If things go wrong, he might be of some help.
The bird just looks you dead in the face. Dolus goes,
I guess that's fine.
All right,
Shall we?
let's give it a go.
Well,
And Socrates kind of flicks both his hands and like takes the fires and puts them together in his right hand.
about 100 feet away from you now.
Yep. Twink jumps up and he's standing on the side rail and he goes, "Well, let's go."
All right, so Dolus,
Leap of faith pose.
Yeah, he's as you start flying up, he's gonna jump off, expecting you to catch him.
okay, well, Dolus will grab Twink and start flying up into the air.
That's pretty cool. I won't make you roll for that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll accept this.
If we're holding
What was that?
actions, Kieran will hold an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Is everybody ready to enact your various plans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's geared up and ready to go.
I believe so.
You got it all set. Roll for initiative.
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is.
And I'll
Alright.
roll from our bird.
First roll of initiative.
Let's
Oh.
do
Which
it.
dice do I want to use today?
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
die? 8.
That is
that
also
is that
an
with
8.
his bonus?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, I
That
got
is-
15.
That is also an 8 for socks.
Give me 1 second. I have to roll this. I have to roll this a few
Hey,
times.
which
Hold
ones
on.
do I want to use today?
The right one. The one on my
Right
right,
one.
so your left.
Okay.
Your left.
Hey, that's not bad. That's a 16 for initiative.
Ooh, that's really good.
Kieran has a 10, and the bird has a 19.
You roll for initiative on the bird. That's cool.
Yeah, the bird can be helpful.
Bird gets initiative. Oh, that's rough.
Sure.
Oh no.
Okay.
Rough for us or rough for them?
Or for
Well,
us.
I'm rolling initiative for
Oh.
you'll see.
If the first thing he says is them, then it's probably rough for us.
So, what's everyone's initiative? Hang on. I got Lotus at 8.
Socks
Kieran
also,
at 10,
Socks at what?
and
also at 8.
Also at 8. Kieran at 10.
the
Dolph
bird at 19.
15.
Dolus at 15.
Twink at 16.
Twink at 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the bird at 16, you said?
19.
19. Wow. Okay.
Fast bird.
That is indeed a fast bird. That is such a fast bird that the only thing that outpaces it in initiative right now is Harmon, who rolled a nat 20 on initiative.
He was ready. He woke up
What a
shot
lad.
The moment combat begins, Harmon shouts top of his lungs as he draws his saber. Hi, boys! We're sending them to David Jones' locker! And then his already pulled out revolver, he turns around, does not aim, just fires a shot. It does not hit. He's just doing it for show. That's his turn. He's done.
Cool.
Great.
Next up
So-
is the bird.
The bird will use his turn to just use the help action. So he'll just help whatever Dolus plans to do.
Okay,
I see.
easy enough. Easy. So you will have advantage on the next roll I make you do. It's
Okay.
ability checks specifically, not saving throws.
Okay.
So, up next in initiative, which would be... Ooh, actually, this is a tie. Twink, what's your plus to initiative?
2.
2?
2.
Okay, so you will go... you are going next.
All right, Twink's gonna kind of look up at Dolus, and he's gonna go. Do you think we should give him a little time to do their plan?
Probably.
I'll leave the thoughts up to you based on what you want to do.
All right.
And then he's gonna hold a thunder wave spell, and when he's within range of the boat, he will use his thunder wave spell.
Okay. Next up in initiative is Astronaun, who, as he sees you taking off from the boat and hears the gunshot, his shield comes up and his spear is readied. And he shouts, "Hold there, strangers! We're with the Empire! We mean simply to board your vessel!" And that is the end of his turn. This is a very, very slow start to initiative. Up next is Dolus.
Okay. So Dolus will he will fly. So how far away is Dolus from the boat? From there?
After taking it off, about 100 feet.
Okay.
So if he'd get there very quickly. He'd want to circle if at
So
all.
he will fly up 30 feet into the
Okay.
air, like just vertically, and then 20 feet towards the boat, towards the smaller one.
Okay, got it.
And he will just kind of look to Twink and say, we should hold out for now. And that'll be his turn.
And that'll be his turn. Next up is Kieran.
You're muted.
Might want to unmute.
I quickly look to Socrates and say, "You reckon we believe them about letting them on board?"
Considering that almost everyone in the town was assured that we would die if Astronaun found us, I would say no.
And as soon as he says that, I release an Eldritch Blast, which roll to hit.
Hooray! You're gonna roll to hit.
Plus
+6.
6. 22 to hit.
It does
I'm
not
aiming.
hit.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you aiming at Astronaun?
I'm aiming at the boat.
You're aiming at the boat?
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast does target objects.
Oh, does it?
No. Eldritch Blast targets creatures. Can't hit the boat.
Oh.
You can only hit someone on the boat. And Astronaun is at the front of the group. So the only one you can aim at is Astronaun.
Are we saying the spell fizzles, or can I redirect it to Astronaut knowing that?
You would know that you can't cast Eldritch Blast on an object.
Yeah, you'd know
Okay.
that you can't. So
Well-
you'd fire it at Astronaun, and it would do nothing. It pings off the shield like it was nothing.
His AC is insane.
That's
AC
not a
is
good man
pretty-
there.
His AC is pretty high. His AC
Socrates looks at him and goes, I told you his armor was no joke. Now, if we could take this seriously, I'd appreciate it.
I'll try better.
Up next in initiative, assuming you're done with your turn, and I am allowing people to talk multiple people a turn as long as it's very short, so that's fine, just to know for the future. Up next are the guards on the boat, of which there are 6, and of which 4 of them are doing nothing, and 2 of them have hand crossbows. So they are going to aim and take fire at Dolus.
Okay.
So let's see. Dolus, what's your AC?
13.
13. Okay. And then that is a plus. That
Does
is
the
a.
distance
Huh?
Affect? Does the distance affect that I won't be in the sky?
No, because range.
I see.
Like it's just range.
Okay.
So the first one hits you.
Right.
And let me roll 4 damage.
Okay.
I really need to get these dice out of this foam before I need them. That is 3 damage.
Okay.
Not bad.
The other misses.
Okay.
So you take one small crossbow bolt somewhere non-lethal.
Just lodges a feather. Just go.
Probably gives you a nice little scrape as it comes up.
Raises
It
it.
stings, but nothing too critical.
Mhm. He just kind of recoils a bit, but stays flapping his
He
wings.
stays flapping. Okay, fantastic. So then, after all of that, that's going to be up next. Is our other tie? Which of you has the higher bonus to initiative?
I would have to assume Lotus.
Lotus has 4, and Sock has 2. So Lotus, you're up next.
Lotus, being told to stay on the boat, instead she, from like between her wings, she has like a spear, so she takes that out. She's gonna do a little flippy with it, and then from her pouch on her side, she's gonna take out one of the darts, and if the boat comes within 20 feet, she's gonna throw it.
Okay, so you're running up. The boat's probably about 50 feet away now. It's catching up very quickly.
So
So-
within 20.
Okay, so that's not going to be this turn, which means Sox is up next.
And since
Spinning the spear. Because she's
Spinning
bored.
the spear.
Sox takes his firebolt and aims at the boat and fires.
You're gonna aim at the boat and
I'm
fire.
gonna aim at the boat.
All right, you got roll.
I would like to use my Tides of Chaos.
You want to use Tides of Chaos on this?
Tides of Chaos.
You have to explain
It
that
gives-
one to the group.
Okay, so Tides of Chaos is a feature of wild magic sorcerers. Once per long rest, Socks gets to gain advantage on any roll he wants.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
And but the side effect of that is now until he does a long rest, at any point I want, he doesn't have to cast anything. I can have him roll for wild magic.
Oh God.
Oh,
I understand the chaos part of it now.
I noticed I had Tides of Chaos this morning.
I was very excited about it when I got home.
God.
All right, that's fine. You get advantage. Roll your attacks
On a boat.
on the boat.
Okay,
this was-
so that's a 10 total. And
With advantage?
No, that was the first one.
no, that's the first roll.
Okay, I was about to say.
I was about to be
This
heartbroken.
was not worth.
Total, it's a 19.
okay.
Total is a 19. Okay, that rams right into the front of the boat. It immediately catches fire. It's all around the edges of the front of the boat. Astronaun starts stomping on it. It's a solid, the boat's on fire. It's not stopping.
Fire.
It's on fire and also has a hole in it now.
I just now realize you didn't roll for damage. But regardless, you're not going to destroy the boat. So roll for damage now.
Okay.
Does the boat have a health bar?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Everything has a health bar.
Everything has a health bar. Don't start attacking weird shit and making me pull up.
That would be a 9.
That would be a 9. See, I assumed you did. I looked at the 10 and I was like, okay, 10 damage, the boat is fine. So yeah, 9 damage, the boat is fine. The boat is on fire. Don't get me wrong, but it's fine.
Maybe it's burning, so just
Does
chip
it have a
damage,
hole in it?
No, it doesn't have a hole in it. The fireball hit it and it's on fire. That is what firebolt does.
That's not a bullet.
So, to wrap up initiative, the normal looking individual aboard the boat, seeing that you just cast Firebolt, let me make sure I'm doing this right.
Casts absorb elements.
It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. No. So they are going to cast Magic Missile
Oh.
at you.
At me,
At you.
I would like to use my reaction to cast Shield.
I would like to. Oh my god. Yeah, you could do that.
Which makes me impervious to Magic Missile.
Take note. So the moment you see the bolts from Magic Missile coming up from this boat, you just throw your hands up, shout the incantation for shield, and they just splash into it like nothing and
That's so
wither away.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
That was quite rude, you know?
That was really cool.
There's no response from there's no response from the boat. Okay. Initiative rolls around. Harmon's back up. Harmon is going to use his turn. Now that they are close enough to the boat, actually, I can do something fun. I am excited about. Screen number 3.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is a map.
It's a map.
It's a map. It's a map.
Whoa.
So, let me pick a quick color. Socrates, you're gonna be there.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow!
How cool is that?
Lotus. And we're gonna have Kieran. I did these all on the same layer because I'm an idiot. I even made other layers.
Can we also get a white
Preemptive
background on
layers.
this?
We can get a white background on this. Hang on 1 second.
I love that you made preemptive layers. That's great.
I made preemptive layers that I then immediately did not make. Who fucking Ray? Those are
the
C's
third-
are crewmen who are currently doing their job.
And I'm assuming the H is Harmon.
The H is Harmon. So now that we're on the boat,
Harmon. Oh.
okay. Don't know what that's about, but okay. Astronaun and the boat as it approaches
You'll
Oh,
fuck
that's
that guy.
close.
the normal guy.
That's very close.
Guards.
It's much
That
closer
normal
than we
guy
thought it
just-
would be.
We will split the guards. Well, it's gotten closer. It was within 50 feet.
They
on
can only move in
his
their turn, though.
It's slowly moving.
That's not how initiative works, but okay.
That's not how it is. Do you want this to fight to happen, or do you want to just shoot at a boat for 30 minutes?
Well.
Well,
Roll for both.
roll for boat.
Roll
for the
has
boat
its
initiative.
initiative.
The boat. They're catching up. So
All right.
Where's Dolus?
We are
Dolus
flying
is-
above it.
They're flying. You are flying.
Cool.
I made this whole map. This map is not going to really matter. This map is not.
Okay.
You're on a boat. You're on a boat. You're flying. It's really not going to matter to you.
Mhm.
It's really. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I have Harmon's sheet right here. Hey, God.
Harmon be harming.
Who do he be Harmon?
All right, Harmon.
Find out. Hopefully not us.
One can hope.
But can't be sure.
Harmon is going to use his movement to move up here, by good old Socrates. And then he's going to make a ranged attack against the normal guy who rolled magic missile. Now that he...
Fuck that guy.
Harmon, again, aiming out of the not functioning eye, fires and misses entirely. It is atrocious. It hits the water. I rolled a nat one.
Oh.
Harmon did nothing.
Nice.
He just cries out, "You'll never take me boat again!"
They'll take our boats, but they'll never.
And that's the end of Harmon's turn.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice.
Harmon.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I saw the one and I'm just like...
Harmon has an eye patch, right?
What? He
Harmon
has no
an
eye patch. He's just
No.
missing an eye.
Oh, so I'd like to imagine
just
like
keeps
when
his
he went
eye
over
closed.
to aim, he closed the other eye.
It's like... gosh, the bird is up next.
And the
actual
bird,
not the bird person.
yeah, the bird lesser will use his help action on Twink.
Oh,
Okay.
And that's the end.
Twink is now being helped.
Does that mean Dolus is no longer being helped?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, after the bird, up next is Twink.
All right, lad. I think it's time that you drop me.
All right. From how up high?
Well, like as close as you can get, preferably. I'm quite small.
Please
Alright,
don't
then.
drop me from here.
And then I'll hold Thunder Wave until Dolus drops me.
Okay.
Okay.
Dolus just says, "All right then," and
Okay. Well, the next turn is Astronaun, who is still in his ready position, still has his shield, calls out again. "We do not wish for this fight. Just let us board." And that's his turn. He's just looking up at Dolus.
I'll be
Dolus
honest,
does
I
not
think he wins
respond.
this fight.
He knows it.
Okay. Well, it's Dolus's turn, so if Dolus wants to respond, now is
How
the
far
time.
away is Dolus from the boat?
You flew in the general direction of it, and it was coming your direction. So I'm saying if you're probably just like 40 feet above it now.
But like, it's directly below me.
It is below. It is below you. You have been.
Okay.
You moved towards it, and it moved towards you.
So Dolus will fly 30 feet down, so he's 10 feet above the boat. No, he'll fly 35 feet down, so he's 5 feet from above the boat, and he'll drop Twink, and then fly 15 feet up.
Okay. On making contact with the boat, Twink will cast Thunder Wave.
Well, you're holding it, so let's do it. Let's do it. What's my Constitution saving throw on all these guys?
It's a 14.
It's a 14. Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna treat all the guards as a group, because good God.
Was that a nat one?
I have a feeling it was a 14.
Oh.
Is that a 1?
Yeah!
It looks like a 1 to me.
That would be a nat 1.
It looks like a 1
Well,
to
so
me.
all the guards are immediately just fucking blasted off this boat.
Nice.
They have 2 d8s of thunder damage. So roll for damage on the guards real quick. While I do 2 more rolls.
That's 7 damage on each of them.
7 damage on each of them.
Yep.
Well, so they are all number 1 knocked into the water. Number 2, they all take 7 damage. There is a nice loud boom that everyone can hear. And now, here's a fun thing that you get to do. So, if they successful save, okay. So the normal guy isn't pushed, and he's only going to take...
3.
We round up on Thunderwave or round down?
Round down.
So he takes
everything.
So he takes 3. Here's a fun special thing, though. So I'm going to need you... What is your spellcasting modifier?
Plus... Or are you asking what
Yeah, what
ability
what is-
or what's the plus?
what ability?
It's intelligence.
It's intelligence. I need you to make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's 16 on intelligence.
16 on intelligence. Well, it's successful, so it doesn't matter. Astronaun takes 3 damage and is not pushed. You are now on the skiff with Astronaun and the normal guy. All of the guards have been knocked into the water.
Nice.
Hooray! So after Dolus, we get Kieran. Kieran, it's your turn.
Kieran is gonna let's see how far I am. I'll use however much movement it takes to get up within 60 feet of Astronaun.
These 3 are not accurate. I just now realized drawing them there made them seem accurate. It's just a general direction reference. So Ian, I understand your confusion. now.
Yes, I was like, that's really close.
I'm like, I mean, like, yeah, it's close, but like, I mean, they're not. Yeah, no, this is just a general direction
Yeah.
thing.
Really close.
From 50
So with
feet
30
away
feet
to hitting the boat.
they're off the chart, but it's easier this way.
Oh, so with 30 feet of movement, I wouldn't be able to get close enough within 60 feet of them?
From the very front of the ship.
Mhm.
If you could, no, you don't have enough movement. You don't have
Can I
enough
get
movement.
within 120 feet with 30 feet?
You can do that. You're already within 120 feet. so
Okay, yeah.
you can do that.
Then from there, with my action, I'm just gonna reach out and cast Eldritch Blast again.
You can
Try
cast-
to.
Who are you targeting? There are 3 people on the boat.
I'm targeting the normal man.
Why did you consider me a target?
You're one of the people on the boat. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Twink would probably have half cover standing behind one of the people.
Yeah, I probably have full cover because I'm not over the fence.
He
That's a
has
natural
full cover.
one.
Astronaut is between you. That's a natural 1.
Natural 1, I hit nothing.
You
Natural one.
nothing. You
Cool.
ready? Okay. You get ready for your Eldritch Blast. You line it up. You have it perfectly keyed between the side of the boat that you're on, leaning over an Astronaut. And as you go to let it loose, you realize you completely misjudged the speed the boat was going at, and you fire it straight down into the water. And you're pretty sure you just killed a bass.
Got that fish.
A sea bass.
One of them floats up to
Pretty
the
sure you
surface.
just killed a fish, but you didn't do jack shit to the boat or anyone on it.
And bonus action, I'll just cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Shillelagh. What?
Shillelagh.
I googled it this morning. It's shillelagh, apparently.
Okay,
Sounds
yeah, no,
That's
that's
great.
that's
That's
fine. That's a fun spell. A shillelagh. That's the perfect
Do an Irish
spell for
accent.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, next turn is all of those guards who are going to use their movement and then their actions to start crawling back in. They're all swimming back to the boat
That's
and
fine.
trying their very best to get back on the boat.
Do they
So,
make it on the boat?
No,
do they make it on the? They're in the process of trying to get on the boat. They're in the... All right, and then that would be their turn, which means up next is Lotus.
How far away am I from the boat?
Where you're at, you're gonna be about 80 feet. It's about 50 off the back now, 40 off the back now.
How close am I to the closest enemy that's in the water? That's trying to like get up onto the boat.
About 70.
Okay, so I'm going to use my 60 flying speed to
Taking
get-
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closer.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stand like near Socks, but like between Socks and the boat.
Okay. Between Socks and the boat, but in or are you
Yeah.
standing on the boat? Okay, gotcha.
And like I'm gonna be out of his field of. I'm gonna be out of Socks' field of vision for his spells.
Okay,
So that I'm not in the way.
got it.
And I'm going to again hold my action.
Forgive me for not updating the map. It's in a weird corner of my desk. I know where you are. I know where you are.
I'm gonna hold my action. With
You're gonna hold-
the darts.
With the darts? Okay.
And I'm gonna end my action. My turn there. 'Cause there's not much
Okay.
to do. I have to listen to Dolus.
Socks, you're up.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Twink, you need any help there?
Yeah, well, I was expecting them to all get knocked out of the boat.
I understand. And Socks, against his better judgment, will use Misty Step. Ooh, do I have the range to get there?
Do you have the range to get there? Let me double
Only
check.
like 30
the range.
feet,
It
right?
is 30 feet.
I think the boat's
You-
50 feet away.
You
so-
do not have the range to Misty Step onto the boat.
I
He's just
cannot
like,
do
do you
that.
need help? And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay.
Got a better
Do you need
idea
help?
then.
Yes. Okay, that sucks for you then.
Got a better idea then. And he turns to the normal dude and goes, "Do you believe in karma?" and cast magic missile.
So you're casting magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, roll for wild magic.
Son of a bitch.
Oh.
Number two,
That's a
normal
6. I'm
guy,
good.
as soon as the magic missiles start coming at him, does the exact same hand movement and shout you did just a turn ago, and a shield throws up, and the magic missiles, poof, fizzle out into nothing.
Bastard.
Oh,
It was a 6, so I'm fine. Well, I should have seen that one coming. Twink will figure something out.
I have
Okay,
a question.
Finn. Yeah, what's your question?
I do have a higher strength than Dolus, but because of my size, I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to carry Socks.
Socks isn't that big. I think you'd be able to carry Socks.
Okay, alright, that's good to know.
Okay, glad that we discussed that. And with that, that's initiative. So we're looping right back around to Harmon, still standing
Let's
next
go.
to Socks. Let's do it again, Harmon. Let's see if your eye fucks you this time.
Let's go!
Hey, Harmon's doing something. Harmon readies his revolver and takes a shot at Astronaun. And now I have to roll for damage. Hooray!
Oh, it hits?
Oh. Poggers.
Hits.
I used a good eye that time.
It only does 4 though.
This
Armin
is-
lines up his shot, cocks back the hammer of the gun, adjusts the gun to the good eye, and pulls the trigger. And you just hear the pa-ting as a bullet smacks into the armor and leaves a nice solid dent right like above the base of the neck. Like it had to sting, but it did not do more than that.
That thing is so cool.
I love that Lotus loves guns. She saw a gun kill a man and she's like, that's amazing!
What do you have? Our gun!
No!
No.
Up next is the bird. What does the bird want to do now that it's still goalless?
The bird will, using its action to help, the bird will use its action to help Twink, because the bird realizes Twink ain't in a good place
But
right
it's
now.
The
attached to
bird
Dolus.
is not on Twink, the bird is on Dolus. So
The bird is on Dolus?
We can detach from Dolus and go to Twink.
If Twink is within 50 feet, the bird will detach and land on, use its movement to...
Dolus, how high did you fly back up after you
15.
dropped Twink? 15. Okay, bird flies down, bird lands on Twink, uses help.
And use action help, yeah.
Uses action help. Now we have Astronaun, who just got shot in the back.
Wait, I don't go first?
No.
Didn't he go before?
Yes, you know, you are
Definitely,
right.
yeah, I was say it's definitely
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the numbers and they were the same, and I was like,
definitely me first.
it is you first. You're first. I'm sorry. Go, please.
Twink's gonna look at Astronaut and he's gonna say, I'll be real honest with you, I thought she'd be in the water.
Astronaut
Well-
just sort of gruffs back at you.
Well, I guess I could try again, and he'll catch Thunderball again.
That's
it's,
amazing.
Okay, fucking
And
roll.
it's within 15 feet, so all of the guards trying to get back in the skiff are also gonna be
They are
affected by
all within range.
it. So,
Go for it, buddy.
well, you gotta roll Constitution saving throw 14. So,
Here's for the guards. I'm really sorry to say, but it's 15.
they still take half damage, it's fine.
They still take half damage. So you get to roll for damage now. I have to make more of these. Hang on.
Yeah, you do.
Does it do more if they're since they're
16.
in the water?
It does
No,
not.
it's only-
'cause
it's only
thunder,
thunder.
not
Oh,
electricity.
yeah, right.
So also half on the normal guy. Also half on Astronaut. Does not push him.
Oh.
And then after you make the damage roll, make another intelligence check.
That'll be 8 total for 4 reduced.
Okay, so everyone takes 4 damage. The guards are looking a little worse for the wear as they're all kind of whoomped as they cling to the side of the boat. Their
That's,
armor looks...
It's a 16 again for the intelligence, by the way.
It's a 16 again? Okay, well,
I rolled
Astronaut...
12.
Astronaut and the normal guy both also take 4 and kind of get a whoomp, but they don't get knocked off.
Right.
They're all
And then,
fine.
before I take my turn, I'm gonna look at him and go, well, I mean, we could talk this out. Twink's gonna
right.
end his turn.
Okay, so it's Astronaut's turn. He looks down at you. You're just a few feet in front of him. It's a small boat. It's only like 12 feet long. So you are 100% within his range. He looks you dead in the face and goes, "Aye, we can talk this out." And he is going to make a melee attack on the nearest guard crawling into the boat.
Wait,
Okay.
That's a 19. That hits. So let's roll for damage.
the nearest guard?
The nearest
Yeah,
guard
you
crawling
heard
back
that
into the boat.
right. You heard that right.
That is a 9.
Can I
He-
say
Yeah.
as a reaction, I go, I'll be honest, I did not see that coming.
Astronaut that he stabs the nearest guard in the face and he just dies falling off the side of the boat.
What?
Yeah. Let's see. What else can I do on this turn? Oof. You know? Multi-attack doesn't say it has to be on one target, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It does. Okay, he's gonna make another melee attack on the next guard crawling up the boat.
Jesus.
Okay. That hits. But it does significantly less damage. It only does.
Lotus is going to shout over at Dolus. Is like, is
So
this
it only does
supposed to
3.
happen?
It only does 3. The next guard gets stabbed in the shoulder and just looks up in shock and confusion at Astronaut.
Also, Dolus does not respond to Lotus.
Dolus, it's your turn.
So, Dolus, seeing this happen, just he descends 20 feet onto the boat, and he just like So if I stood behind Twink, would that wouldn't obstruct my anything, right?
No,
'Cause he's,
no,
like, low.
it would give you. It might. I'd argue that it would give you half cover.
I'd say that's half cover, yeah.
I'm like, you're good.
I would
you're
also
safe.
argue that.
Dolus will descend right behind Twink, and he'll pull out his crossbow and point it right at Astronaun and say, "What's your ploy?"
Astronaut, using a quick reaction, is gonna go, I told you, I wanted to talk. And do you want to do anything else on your turn?
No. That'll be can I ready an attack with the crossbow?
At Astronaut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You can hold.
Okay, I'll hold my attack.
What's your like target? Typically, whenever you hold something, there has to be something that happens that causes it to initiate.
What do you want? What do you want? What will make you fire at Astronaut right now?
If he starts walking towards us.
Okay, good to know. Got it.
Yeah.
And then he'll say don't Dolus will say don't move.
All right. Well, that's a great way to do. That's a great way to spend your turn.
So he's just gonna turn around like, what?
Just confused.
What?
Just looks up like, bro.
What?
Kieran, it's your turn.
Kieran also saying this like, well, I'm not one to look a gift demon metal man in the armor face, and will use vicious mockery. Wait, I am not within 60 feet, so I will use Eldritch Blast on. Can I aim at one of the soldiers in the water?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll use Eldritch Blast on one Eldritch Blast on one of the soldiers.
There are 5 of them. One of them is a little more injured than the rest, but otherwise all of them have the same thunder damage as they're climbing up the side of the boat.
I'd just target a random one, so probably just one of the.
If you say random, I'm rolling a dice to target a random guard. Hang on.
And that's a natural 20.
Oh, shit!
With Eldritch Blast,
Natural one into a natural 20.
God, that's good damage. I love Eldritch Blast.
Oh, and
Eldritch
1d10 plus.
Roll for damage.
That is 12 damage. Double to 24.
That is 24 damage. So,
And-
Wait a minute. How'd you get 12?
D10 plus 4.
Okay, so it's the dice doubled plus the modifier.
Oh, okay. So
You don't double the modifier.
so you'll get,
So
it'll
that'd
be
be 20.
8 times 2, 20. So you'll hit him for 20.
Yeah.
So,
See,
I'm sure it still kills him.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It absolutely
Obliterate
does.
something.
So one of these guards is crawling up. It's the one crawling up on the other side of Astronaut from the ones Astronaut had just stabbed. As he's crawling up the side, and he gets about halfway over. He's looking at his commander, who is just murdering his friends in front of him. And then he glances up at the boat just in time to see a flash of light as he gets blasted back into the water.
And I'll use the rest of my
Obliterate.
movement to run up closer.
Okay, you want to run up closer?
Yeah, I'll use all my movement to do that.
All of your movement. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta remember which one is which.
You still gotta move.
Imagine
Lotus
if you
next
named
time,
I
it,
by
still
the
have
way.
to move Lotus. Imagine if I named layers ever. It would make my life so much
You
easier.
can press O to use the object tool, and it'll just select onto the layer that you click on.
Very much.
Is Lotus standing on like the ledge?
No, she's off the side of the ship.
I'm flying.
Oh, right.
You just hear the whoomph of my wings.
I am not an artist. All of your movement would be from here. That's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 6. Times 3. You have 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna put you there.
That's a big boat.
It's a big boat. It's a galleon. It's
Yeah.
a big boat.
I don't know what the boxes are.
Oh yeah, me neither.
What is the measurement here?
Big
That's
boxes
5
are 5 feet.
5 feet.
Okay,
Not the small boxes, the big boxes.
I see.
Okay.
I just can't have CSP break its grid. I mean, I could have CSP break its grids up into 5s instead of 4s, but I forgot to do that when I set the grid, so and I don't want to fuck
It's
it up.
okay, we're learning.
You're still muted.
Okay.
What? Yeah. So after Kieran go all the guards, and by all the guards I mean the 4 that are left.
Used to be 5.
One of which has been stabbed in the shoulder.
Yeah, he's having a rough time right now. So, oh god, I gotta pull out my D4 for this. If I can get it out, I'm just gonna drop all these. I get all these dice. Get out. Get out. Isn't that the beautiful sound? Dice hitting the table. Guard number 1, as he comes over the side of the boat, is going to make an attack at Twink. He's very upset that you knocked him off the boat and then tried to do so again. That is going to be... You've got to be fucking kidding me.
I like the sound of that.
That's my third nat 1 of this session.
Yeah! That's totally unfortunate.
This guard, as he comes up into the boat, didn't think about the fact that everybody climbing up into the boat is going to make the boat rock. So he lunges for Twink, goes clean over the other side of the boat.
He forgot Twink was short.
Clean over the other side of the boat. Forgets the fact. He lunges like he's lunging at a normal person, too. It's atrocious. It's really bad. He's back in the water. All right, next guard. Let's roll for who he's going to attack the 3 of you. Hooray. Also Twink.
Get fucked.
Okay, this one rolled a 15. What's your AC?
16.
16. This one also climbs into the boat, slashes at you, misses. He doesn't fall off the boat, but he just misses atrociously. Hooray, there's still 2 more guards. Also Twink.
They really want Twink. That's fair.
I'm rolling for who they're hitting. It's random.
That's fair. It's fair. No, it makes sense though, story-wise.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
also 15.
If this round ends with no damage.
Gets up. Another guard gets up. Bumps into the first guard and misses Twink. They're just desperately trying to hit Twink as Dolus and Twink are just standing in the middle of this boat.
Twink's just gonna look at
with his crossbow. Like,
Twink's gonna look at Astronaun and be like, "How'd you get anything accomplished with this group?"
I can see why
Okay.
he stabbed him.
Also Twink. 13.
Sorry, buddy.
The last guard gets up into the boat. He sees Twink there. He pulls the sword out and he kind of just like is like, I'm so tired. He's just so tired from pulling himself back up into the boat. He doesn't even really put effort into it. He just gotta. That's all the guards.
I just love Dolus.
So it's
Dolus is just standing 5 feet behind Twink, watching
All this happening.
four people swing at him and just miss horribly. Just does not move his crossbow, and he just kind of like looks at them and then back at Astronaut.
Okay, it's Lotus's turn.
Lotus is gonna look over at Socks and is like, "Do you wanna? I can lift you?
You can lift me.
Yeah, I'm really strong.
Well, all right then.
I'm gonna fly over. I'm gonna, from his like this area, I'm gonna use my
You
talons.
grab onto him.
I'm gonna grab onto him.
Okay. I actually would like you to make a strength check on this one. He is a big guy, and you are a small bird.
17.
Dolus will remember this.
You guys are rolling really well, and I am not. Okay. Yeah, you pick up Socks. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And then
Picked
I'm
up
gonna
you.
fly over.
Be
How
real bad when he
much-
rolls for wild magic.
Oh, true. It's 50, right? 50 to the boat.
The boat has stopped moving closer to the other boat because they are currently fighting, and they are fighting.
Nobody is
on the
rowing.
skiff.
And nobody is rowing the boat.
So how far is the boat?
It's about 50 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Luckily, it's still coasting. Otherwise, it might be further.
I'm going to plop Socks beside Dolus.
Dolus
And
just
then-
kind of looks at Lotus with this glare. and
How
looks
far?
back down.
How far up do you drop Socks from?
5 feet.
Okay, that's fine.
And then from above, I still have my action and stuff, right?
Your action is definitely going to be picking Socks up and putting him on the boat. I'll give you a bonus action.
I want to bonus action bop one of the guards over the head with my talons.
You can bop one of them.
You
with
can
your talent.
only bonus action bop if you use your action bop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bop, bop.
I'm just
Give it a
gonna
bop.
stay. I'm gonna fly 10 feet up.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Socks, you just got dropped off on the skiff. What are you gonna do?
My
I
dear
told
friend
you I was
Cryo.
strong.
Yes, you are. My dear friend Cryo.
Yeah.
Those 3 guards that climbed on the boat,
Yeah.
how close together would you say they are?
Knock
Well,
these fucking people out in one turn. It's not a big boat. They're all clustered together,
including
within, like, 6
Dolus
feet.
and Twink.
Yeah, and Dolus and Twink.
No,
Everybody's
no, no,
in,
no, no,
like,
no,
a
no, no.
8
Hear me out.
cluster.
Hear me out. How big is the AOE on Chromatic Orb?
AOE it has no AOE. It's a tiny little orb.
Didn't you say acid just left a square of it behind?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's 3 of them on the boat.
Yeah.
I happen to have 3 magic missiles.
Yeah.
But just for the extra fuck you, I would like to use 2nd level magic missile and
You're
hit the
just
one
gonna
in the
use
water.
level 2 magic missile because fuck you. Okay. Okay, just because fuck you, I guess.
Awesome.
You cast 2nd level magic missile, roll for fucking damage.
That would be that would be 3 on one of them. That would be 5 on one of them. That would also be 5 on one of them.
Okay.
And that would be 4 on one of
The
them.
3 fucking stooges on the middle of the boat who are all trying to hit Twink get thwomp, thwomp, thwomp. 2 of them look really worse for the wear. They're kind of wobbly, but they're still standing. Another one of them looks okay. He looks like he's getting his second
What a-
wind after pulling himself
Do you mind telling me about the one in the water that I shot the 4th missile at?
That's right. It's 4th level. There's a 4th miss. Yeah, so the one who was on the end of Astronaun's fucking spear in the water, you blasted him in the face and he fell off dead into the water. I don't want to spoil it for you, but that man had... You know what? Actually, roll the d4. Hang on 1 second. I want to see what...
No, I rolled it.
Oh, you rolled the 4th damage?
It was 3, 5, 5, 4.
Oh, yeah, no, he dead. He dead as hell.
Yeah.
Let me say this. He had 3 health. Any of those missiles could have hit him and you would have fucking killed him. You would have fucking... I did not build this. I did not build this this correctly. This is not going according to plan. You guys are wrecking this shit.
To be fair, they ate 2 thunder waves, so.
Also, I rolled a shit ton of nat ones. Alright, it's Harmon's turn.
Wait, real quick. I just want to say, by the way, hello, everyone.
You just say hello, everyone, as you magic missile all the dudes on the boat.
Yeah.
God damn. I haven't built an encounter in 8 fucking years. It's Harmon's turn. I was hoping this would go at least 5 rounds. We're on round 3, and it's not going well. Well, this is the start of round 4. Who's Harmon gonna shoot at? this roll. This is amazing. Ooh, this roll is amazing. So Harmon, half blind, obviously, readies his pistol and fires, and the bullet's definitely going at Dolus.
Oh. No.
That is an 11, which does not break your armor class.
Nope.
So a bullet just goes between your wing and your head into the water behind you. And he goes, I'm sorry about that, lad. I can't see down one of you.
Dolus does not respond.
Okay, well after Harmon's turn, it's the bird's turn again.
What does the bird do?
Kieran, what does your bird do?
Oh, bird.
Your bird.
Yeah, bird.
Your
Bird's
bird, not the birds.
Derek, Bird is just gonna use his help action, just continue helping Dolus.
Just help Dolus. The
Bird
bird
friend.
splits over from Twink's shoulder to Dolus's shoulder and is now helping Dolus as Dolus just aims his fucking crossbow at Astronaun. And after the bird is Twink.
Twink's gonna go to the side of the boat. He's gonna look out at the guard that fell back into the water after missing. He's going, "Oh, don't worry, lad. I'll get you." And he's gonna cast lightning lure at the guard. That's a strength save of 14.
Wait, which one did you cast it on?
Lad, don't get the one in the water.
He's dead.
No. There were two in the water. There was one on the end of Astronaun's lance.
There's one on Astronaut's spear who's like half in the boat, and then there was the one who attacked Twink and fell
off the other side.
There are currently 4 alive. 3 on the boat, 1 in the water. Who I don't think is going to be alive for much longer, because I definitely failed that strength saving throw right now.
Yeah, so he gets pulled within 10 feet of me. And when he gets within 5 feet, he takes 1d8 lightning damage.
Well, he definitely gets pulled within 5 of you, so roll that 1d8, sir. Let's watch
3
this happen.
lightning damage.
That's 3 lightning? Oh my gosh, he doesn't die. Well, he's in water.
He is in water.
Let's double the damage. He still doesn't die. It just hurts really fucking bad. He gets pulled in, he smacks into the side of the boat, and then immediately just fucking... he's just kind of floating there. He's given up. He gives up. He gives up. He lifts his hands up and he just floats there in the water, really injured. He's got like blood out of his mouth and shit. He does not want anymore. And it's Astronaut's turn. Hooray! I'm sorry, I can't breathe.
Neither can that guy in the water right now.
Speaking of that guy in the water, Astronaut targets that guy in the water. Speaking of that guy in the water, he's fucking dead. Astronaut stabs him with the fucking spear as he raises his hands up in defeat. He just... Astronaut is then not going to use his second attack. He's going to turn to Dolus and go, do you want to keep pointing that thing at me, or do you want to help?
Help? How?
And I would say any further conversation would take more than a single turn. So after that, it's Dolus's turn. So Dolus, what do you want to do?
He says, help how?
Astronaut says, help me kill the guards.
Why?
Astronaut's just like, what the fuck? You can't see this man's face, but he's just...
Yeah, face. Is it the same exact face Twink made?
The exact same fucking like what expression.
I have a
So what guards are alive still?
There are 3 on the boat.
They're still alive.
That's it, actually. There's just the 3 on the boat that are still alive.
I have a semi-related question, buddy.
Yeah.
I asked if I know Astronaun. I never asked if Astronaun knows me.
Astronaut does not recognize you at first glance.
No idea who I am as a person. Great.
You wouldn't know that though.
Well, yeah.
You don't know that. But yeah, no, he don't know who the fuck you are.
I need to know
So-
for me.
Dolus will Dolus asks Sox, "Can you handle them?" He points at the three.
Oh my
Quite
god.
easily. And like he's a little giddy.
So then Dolus will stop pointing his crossbow at Astronaun and point it at the normal-looking guy and fire.
Astronaut uses his reaction to get between the two of you and the bolt. It bounces off the shields. I'm gonna break it to you, even on a nat 20, you're not busting his AC. You're not-
Dolus just kind of grimaces and just looks, like, just is eyeing him like with like a death glare.
Okay,
No.
fantastic. Kieran, it's your turn.
Kieran will use another 30 feet. That does get him. I think that'll get him within 60 feet. And he'll just
within 60 feet now.
and he'll just shout, "I like them. They've helped us so far." And cast another Eldritch Blast at one of the three guards in the boat.
Okay, roll to attack.
That is a 13th hit.
13 is there. Hang on, I have it right here. Why am I trying to think of this? 13 is their AC, so it doesn't hit.
It hits.
It hits, so it hits. Roll for damage.
7 plus
Do you,
11.
Here's a quick question: do you have any preference of which of the three you are attacking?
One of them was
There's one who looks significantly worse than the other two.
one of
Or
them
no,
was
significantly
near,
better than the other two.
one of them just came off of attacking Twink, right?
They all just came off of attacking.
Okay,
All three
so,
of them
yeah.
just attack me.
So I'll just attack the one that looks like the worse off.
Okay, so it's just one of those two. What was the damage you got?
11.
Oh, they're fucking dead. You Eldritch blast another man off of this boat into the fucking ocean. Anything else
fish in a-
on your turn?
I'll just say it's like fish in a ship, and then that's it.
Like fish in a loaded.
Bonus action for Kleiner.
Don't think that's
Normal
something
guy
people
doesn't do
think.
anything on his turn, so you are up.
Kill? Dolus? Question
Not
mark?
yet. Dolus is
Guards?
not yet.
What about the guards?
Dolus looks at the guards, looks back at Lotus.
Gotta be quick about this.
Kill.
Kill! Okay, and
And
from the
here's-
sky, she's going to swoop down and stab with her spear.
Oh joy! Make an attack roll.
That's a 12.
Is that before your plus?
No, it was a 6 plus 6.
You dive down and you slam your spear down just an inch away from a guy,
Ah.
and it stands it. You're gonna
Bonus action.
You're gonna bonus action to pop.
I'm gonna bop with my talons, though.
Are
That's a 17.
you? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, yeah. So that hits. How much damage you want to do with? Oh, your talons is a D4. So roll.
That's a D4 plus 4 because I'm a monk, so that's a 5.
Oh, it is +4 per monk. It's 5. This guy.
Hey, monk's OP.
This guy is fucked up. This guy is just as fucked up as that dude who was just in the water. not
I'm
having a
going
good time.
for the fun of it. I'm using a
Flurry of blows?
Flurry of blows.
Oh god, are you gonna hit him again?
I get 2 more attacks with the flurry of blows. I'm pretty sure.
Well, roll for that attack real quick.
And then I'm basically going to do a stab. I'm going to scratch with my talons, and then I'm going to fly down right beside and hit him in the face twice.
Okay.
Just wailing on this guy for
That is a 7. Do you do flanking?
You're not gonna flank him from above right now. I'm not giving you
I'm
that.
right beside him with my flurry of blows.
Did you drop? You dropped on the boat?
I dropped down onto the boat
Did
with my
drop on
flurry
the
of
boat.
blows.
All right, we'll do flank.
Okay,
You make a
that's
good argument for it. All right. What is your total?
Pretty sure only one of those hit. It was a
think they both
15
hit.
and a 13.
One of the no, 13 is the AC, so they both hit. And it doesn't matter because one of them would have been enough. You bop this guy in the face, and you just hear a and he fooms down into the boat right next to Sox and Dolan.
I'm gonna look over.
The whole
at-
boat kind of lurches a little as this dude just drops dead.
Gonna look over everybody and just give a nod.
There's one dude left in this boat, and it's
Oh.
Sox's turn.
Gonna look over at the person.
Your sister's a little intimidating, but... And he turns back to the guard. Quite sorry to do this. And he pulls his quarterstaff and swings it at his head.
Make a melee attack. Make a melee attack.
That would be a 17.
You bop this motherfucker clean back into the water, and he lands face down. Roll for damage real quick.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Yeah, he don't get back out of the water. You whack him into the water. He flops, he belly flops, and then he kind of just bobs. He kind of
It hits him and it goes doom.
fantastic, everybody. All the guards are dead. Rolling for Harmon's turn.
Oh no, Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon doesn't realize.
Harmon does not know.
Harmon is Harmon's shooting at Socks this time. It's okay. Harmon rolled a 7. So another bullet just zooms past your fucking head as you right after you whack that guy. A bullet right where you would have been pre whack follow through goes boom and into the water. And Harmon goes, "I got him!"
Sox turns back and goes, "Stop shooting!"
I never stop shooting.
Never stops missing.
Please.
He's gonna stop shooting. That's Harmon's turn.
Cool.
So here is a collective question I have for everybody in this moment. Would you like to stop initiative? There are no more hostiles.
Yeah, I don't plan on
100%.
continuing initiative.
Alright.
Correct.
That's your
But Twink
first
is gonna say, Harmon, you blind bastard, we've got to take care of.
Are they all dead?
They're dead.
They're all dead.
Well, except for that one, and he points at the one who gave up in the
Harmon just
water.
fires randomly into the fucking air.
Damn
when you
it,
say-
Socks.
You just up into the air when you say except for that one. Just, boom. Are they all dead now?
You got him.
Harmon, I want to try and think. Shoot
Eagle
me,
fall
shoot
from
me.
the sky.
No, the Lotus. No.
Shoot me. I want to shoot
Dolus,
Don't worry,
like,
he'll hit you.
snaps at Lotus. Stop.
But I could do a cool thing.
Are you gonna deflect missile? What?
He is not ready to shoot a child even after you saying that. He goes, dear it, I don't want to shoot you, not right now. We'll try later though.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Get back on my fucking boat! And he puts the gun away and he just turns back to the helm as he starts shouting at all of his various crewmates.
And Sox kind of unreadies his spell because he had noticed the last attack on the guard. He had never really noticed the other ones, I'll say. And he goes, "Well, what was that? You're the legendary unreliable hunter, and you're attacking your own gods?"
So Lotus, you're on the boat now, right? You're not looking. Would you be paying attention to any of the people on the boat, or are you just paying attention to Harmon and the gun?
I'll look from Harmon and the gun to Dolus and to whoever's talking.
So as Astronaun begins to reply to Sox, because of your lovely passive perception, you recognize the symbol on his chest plate from the night before, actually.
Oh. Lotus is gonna look over at him and is like, Are you the person from the other night?
Astronaun, as he goes to respond, takes his helmet off, drops it to the floor of the boat. You see a fairly attractive, like, late 20s kind of guy, early 30s, kind of rugged beard. He looks tired. He looks very tired. But all in all, he seems really composed. He turns to Lotus and goes, "Glad you made it well, little bird." Then he turns to Sox and goes, "And how am I the legendary and reliable hunter when unreliables only started existing 4 months ago?"
Lotus is going to, like, her wings will, like, take her, like, a little bit off the ground from the ship, and she's just gonna hug him.
She just comes and
Around
hugs.
his waist.
Astronaut just gives you a little pat on the head. A little pat.
Every town I've been to since leaving the capital has had fearful stories of you. So, I apologize if you've gained a little bit of a reputation.
I have been Holdmaster for 5 years now. You get something of a reputation when you've killed a few hundred people.
Actually, Crow, I have a question.
Yeah, that's a question.
Would he not recognize me because there's a bounty on my head? Okay.
The bounty is not permit. The bounty is not from the Emperor himself, so no.
Gotcha.
He is the top general. He is not. You have a hefty bounty. Don't get me wrong. Any bounty hunter worth their salt within 100 miles would recognize you. Not a general. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
And during this, Kieran will just get closer because he's still kind of far away.
Still, yeah, you're on the boat.
I don't know if you could hear that.
The ship is also slowly getting away.
Twink
by the way,
Twink is rowing the boat, but he can't see where he's going. So
you are.
With only one row, though.
Yeah, it's just one side, so we're just going in circles.
It's kind of drifted in a slow circle.
It'd be real nice if somebody would help me out here.
Dolus does not. And he just, like, takes a step forward, and he's like, "You're from last night. Again, I will ask, what is your ploy?"
My ploy is that I need help. And he steps aside, and he gestures at the normal guy, the normal-looking guy, in just the
Lotus
regular leather gear. Lotus he's not at all hindered by you.
Just dragging.
Just turns with this little bird hanging onto him.
Dolus just goes, "Lotus, please come here."
No.
No. He goes, "Archibald." And so this small, certainly smaller than Astronaun, you gotta say like 5'4" guy steps up to you. He reaches up and he pulls his hood down, and you immediately see the telltale features of a wood elf. "Quite sorry about the magic missile. It was sort of a response. It's kind of a reflex."
The boat is still on fire, correct?
No, they put the boat out. The
Oh,
boat's in the
okay.
fucking ocean. The boat's in the...
I return the favor.
Dolus goes, "So, are you human trafficking? Or, sorry, elf trafficking?"
Astronaut looks at you and goes, "The name Astronaun is well known in the Empire now. To me, but before me it was well known in the Westwood, where my mother is from. I didn't get the pointy ears, but a half-elf is a half-elf."
You're an unreliable.
Hey, that's great and all, but could someone please sit down and help me row?
I think the wee one has a point. After all, wouldn't want to lose the boat.
And Sock sits down on the other side and begins to row.
All right, Astronaut also sits and takes a row, and he gestures for Archibald, the wood elf, to do the same, and you all start rowing.
And I'll just yell, "Heave! Ho! Heave!" from the railing. Heave.
Archibald goes, "Is he with you?"
I've never seen him in my life.
Never. No idea who he is.
Fantastic.
And so Dolus still just standing there, and he
Stolas still pointing his fucking crossbow at Astronaun.
well, he doesn't have a bolt in it, so he has lowered his crossbow. And so
Okay.
he just kind of takes another step forward towards where he sat down and goes, "So what? Would you like aboard our ship, or do you want to send him in?"
Well, I don't need passage. As you can tell, I look perfectly human. However, my half-brother does not.
Oh, this is just out of character. I'm like, oh man, the sibling thing.
Damn it.
Lotus is like when Astronaut starts walking, she's gonna like let go and she's gonna sit at the front of the boat. And she's just gonna stare out
She just
at the ship.
enjoying the wind.
I believe the canonically strongest character is the only one not rolling. Rowing.
Yep.
You guys don't know she's strongest though, so none of you care.
I know, but as players, it's funny.
Dolus is just your half brother.
Hi. On my mother. In case you couldn't tell.
I see. Dolus is just kind of like, just like you can see, like he doesn't show, and you can't see because he has his mask on, but you can see his hand that is holding his crossbow starts shaking a little bit.
Okay, that's always a great sign. The hand with the weapon is shaking.
It's not loaded.
Astronaut goes, the original plan was to come into Rayesti last night, find some way for Archibald to get out of the country, as going to the Westwood would be too obvious and completely against my orders. I was supposed to get him out, and then I would pretend I'd gotten there a few days early. Unfortunately, I got spotted by a contingency of my very own men, and was forced to take charge as though I had come ahead on my own initiative. Luckily, I saw you all rowing away, and I thought, fantastic. We'll join the force, attack that boat, and just so happen to be thrown off by pirates. I will be the only survivor. Archibald will be free. I can continue making sure the Empire tries its best to stay non-genocidal.
And if we take him, how will you get back?
We're rowing a boat. I'll row the boat
Correct.
the other way.
By yourself?
I'll be fine.
Sox kind of sighs and goes, "So you, a lone soldier, plan to fight the Empire's entire tendency to take out all people like us?"
It's a lot easier when you have breakfast with the Emperor, I promise.
It was a lot easier for a lot of us until he lost his mind.
Some would say he was mad a long time ago. The Council is also a part of it. It's not like he makes all of the decisions on his own.
I suppose so.
By now, you guys would have gotten up close enough to the ship that you can start grabbing at the ladder they've rolled down to you. So whoever would like to climb up first.
Dolus will first look to Astronaun and say, "And you have no ulterior motives?"
Well, I had ulterior motives. They were to come here and kill all of the guards I brought with me, which we did.
About him, and he points at Archibald. There are no ulterior motives regarding him and our boat.
If he has any ulterior motives, they are his own. You just watched me kill multiple of my own men. If that's not enough for me to gain your trust, then there's naught I can.
Dolus will look to Archibald and say, "Well, boy?"
I just want to get on the boat.
Can I do an insight check?
Go right ahead.
On a fair
That
note,
is-
Twink's gonna... Did you just call him boy?
Yes.
I
And
do.
that is a 17 total insight check.
That's a good insight check. Yeah, you don't detect any malice from this kid. This kid just seems genuinely uncomfortable.
We'll take him.
Let's not
Dolus
have
just
that
says,
word.
not consulting anyone. We'll
Glad
take him.
you've accepted him into your merry band.
It's not like this. That's the way he said that. You know, I'll just let it go.
And Socks calls up to Harmon and goes, "Hey, Harmon,
Aye!
you think we got room for one more?"
Well, if you multiply two, galley only seats 17.
He doesn't know how to... Wait, he turns to Archibald and goes, "Do you know how to work on a boat?"
Yes, I worked on a boat in my youth. I worked on a ship out of
Socks
the
turns to Harmon and goes, "He has no idea how to work with a boat."
I love him already! Let him up!
And he gestures to Archibald to climb the rope.
Archibald takes a moment and he turns around and he puts his hand on Astronaun's shoulder and Astronaun does the same. And then that's the words spoken. Archibald turns and climbs up the rope. You get the feeling they probably said their goodbyes already.
Tony's still looking at Astronaut, and he's just, before he climbs up the rope, he's gonna go, you know, about the Thunderwave thing.
Aye,
Yeah, you can't blame me for that one, you know?
I think I can.
I disagree. I disagree.
It was really cool.
I agree. I agree with that.
He sort of nods and goes, "It was very cool. It was quite the maneuver."
Well,
You
no
are-
hard feelings, right? And he's gonna hold his hand up, but
Astronaut
Like,
reaches
it's like,
down
yeah,
to
thigh
like,
level.
shake your hand. It's like just he's got just giant hands. He takes basically your whole forearm and a
All right, well, that's overcompensating.
He goes, "Do well, small one."
You don't have
And
to
he
call me
turns to
that.
Lotus. He turns to Lotus and he goes, "I'm glad you heeded my advice, little bird. And it seems you're not alone." And he gestures at Dolus.
Right.
He's cool. Cool big brother.
You'll do well to stay together. He goes, "And after all, this is the Fogslip, yes? The gem of the horizon." He kind of says it so you can all hear it. And he goes, "With a captain like Harmon, you'll be fine." And Harmon goes, "Who said my name?" Astronaut goes, "No one!" Harmon goes, "Ah, again." And then he pats Lotus on the back, sort of like gesturing her towards the ladder.
I'm gonna give him one quick hug before she lets go. And
His
then
little pit
instead
pat on
of
the
taking
hand.
the ladder, she's just gonna fly up.
Okay, well, there you go.
Dolus kind of stays behind. He doesn't go up the ladder yet. He waits
Okay.
until other people go first.
So we got Twink, Socks, and Twink just went up, right?
Yeah, I just went up.
So we have
just
Socks and
Socks.
Dolus on the boat.
And Socks kind of sheepishly puts his hands in his pocket and goes, "You know, working for the High Academy of Magic, the Academy of High Magic, I think. I completely might have botched the order there. Working for the Academy for almost a century. And now I'm running from the very empire that I learned to love. I hope whatever efforts you're making are fruitful. I'll take care of your brother, and all of them to the best of my abilities."
Thank you. I appreciate it, Professor. Didn't recognize you at first, but after you said that, how could I miss out on the werewolf of the Academy?
And Socks is taken
How many
aback.
of us heard that? How many of us heard that? I need to know.
Twink and Dolus would have heard that. Twink and
Yes!
Dolus would have heard that.
Yes.
Twink like halfway up the ladder, and Dolus is still on the boat.
Socks is taken aback, and he kind of leans forward and goes, "I've been trying to run from that. Shouldn't you have me killed?"
Astronaut kind of shrugs and he's like, shouldn't I have myself killed?
Quite fair. Well, I suppose while I'm on this boat, I'll search for a solution to my problem. Protect those dealing with the problem you're working on.
It'll be a lot easier if you let me roll back to the harbor. It would be easier if you gestures to the ladder.
You know, I always heard you a bit egotistical. And a little silver-tongued. Much respect and good luck. And he grabs the ladder and climbs up.
After hearing that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
After hearing what Astronaun said, Dolus for like a few seconds, he's just like the meme of the lady with the math going on her face. Over here's like the werewolf thing. And then he just kind of takes a step forward and kind of leans a little bit in towards Astronaut and goes, I understand your feelings as an older sibling. Your brother is by no means a priority to me, but I will do my best to fulfill your wishes.
Astronaut pats you on. Thank you very much, bird.
And then he just kind of nods and flies up onto the boat.
Astronaut shouts back up real quick. Archibald, 3 square meals a day. If you miss one, the little bird gets to smack you. He points at Lotus.
What, points at who?
Points at Lotus.
Yay!
And Archibald shouts back, Of course. Go home! And Astronaut goes, Also, by the way, thanks for setting my boat on fire. That's gonna be a great smell to deal with the rest of the way back.
It'll help your story. And by the way, and he kind of points in the general direction of, I believe, the lone survivor. I don't think Harmon actually shot him. You said he fired into the air, correct?
There was no one there. Everyone's
no
dead.
lone survivor.
You know.
Wasn't there one that just gave up in the water?
Yeah, Astronaut fucking
Astronaut killed
stabbed him.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. And he just goes, it'll help your story. Best of luck.
And Astronaut starts rowing. You just watch him. He's a big dude, and so he sits in like the middle of the boat. He grabs both oars and he just starts rowing back towards Rasty. He's fine, doing good on his own. And now you're all on the ship with Archibald. Harmon immediately goes, So everyone's dead,
Yeah. and
and everyone's back on the boat.
Uh-huh.
Then we're sailing off! His helmsman is like, We are already sailing, sir. Good. I make good time that way. Let's go! He points his still drawn scimitar not towards the front of the boat. What would y'all like to do?
I'd ask if any of you were injured, but I feel like none of you are.
The only damage that happened that entire time was a single bolt that hit Dolus.
Dolus took 3 damage.
Dolus took 3 damage. That was that initiative.
I'll tap Dolus on the shoulder and use healing light. You can heal 1d6.
Oh. Dolus kind of flinches at first, but then sees what's happening.
If I
Good
can't read,
work
I
out
could have caught that, Dolus.
Wait, hold on. Before I need to, so that's so it's just 1d6 just straight?
Yeah, 1d6 healing.
Okay, well, that's 2.
Okay.
Well, there you go. 2 out.
So, Lotus is gonna go over to the wood elf and he's like, "What's 3 squared?"
Archibald, confused, goes,
He said
9?
3 squared meals.
Yeah, I know. I know. But Archibald's confused. He goes, 9?
Okay, you need to take 9 meals a day, or else I get a bop you on the head.
Archibald just looks immediately concerned. This is like a late teens wood elf who is just like, that's not what 3 squared means in that context.
Lotus is gonna look over at Dolus and is like, what does it mean?
3 meals.
Oh, then why the square? Is it because it has to be in the form of a square? Wait, but squares are flat.
I'm really proud of you.
Archibald looks very concerned.
Dolus just kind of walks over to Lotus and he just like puts a hand on her. He's like, I'll tell you if you can hit him, okay?
Okay.
Twink's gonna... Lotus, if you
Yes?
truly want to know what it means, I bet if you went to ask Harmon, he would know.
Okay. She's gonna fly over to Harmon.
Dolus will follow. Fearing for her life.
Which side of Harmon are you landing on?
His good side.
Okay, good side. You land on the right side. You're smaller than I remember. And then when Dolus lands, he goes, you're bigger than I remember. You swapped places. Put it back.
Dolus will walk on the other side of Lotus.
Good. I prefer it that way.
Harmon,
Aye.
I forgot what I was gonna ask you. Do you remember, Dolus?
She would like to know what 3 squared meals means.
When you see 3 squared meals, it's easy. You got grog in the morning, you got ale in the afternoon, and you have a brutal fucking tankard of meat at night.
Can I just be like underneath the steps and I'm just sitting there going...
So it's fine,
Yes.
you can do whatever you want.
I'm just kind of leaning up against the side of the ship, just going... Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Meat? Okay.
Aye.
Oh
You ever
my
had
god!
ale?
Archibald's gonna get alcohol poisoning.
You ever had ale? He points like right at where like he thinks Lotus is, but it's like right here.
No, and she
We'll
will
rectify that quick.
not, we shall not rectify that.
Yes, we shall. It's a problem. It needs fixing.
No.
Go low deck to the galley. You can meet my cook. He'll set you up right.
No.
Norman goes, well, you can't stay here.
Sorry, what was that? It cut out.
Your feather's getting me light.
Dolus does not respond and just kind of like puts his hand on Lotus's shoulder and is like, let's go.
Okay, bye, Harmon.
Goodbye. Turns to his first mate and goes, who is that?
Socrates, upon coming back on the ship, knowing damn well that he was outed to at least one of his companions, walks to the opposite side of the ship of Harmon and just kind of leans over the railing of the front, and he kind of looks around for any of the crewmates nearby.
You got one working at the front mast.
And he kind of and he leans over to him and goes, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
where exactly is the ship going?"
Well, we try and keep it on a general course, but the captain is the captain. So, we get a bit distracted here and there. Current goal is Euboa. Obviously, we'll have to make a few supplying provisions on the way, but yeah.
Right. Are any of the other ships, any of the Imperial ships, how likely are we to cross paths with them on the way?
Well, once we're out of Imperial waters, pass rather close to Shadow Step. Imperials don't ever go near there, so as long as we don't piss off the Dark Elves, we should be fine.
Right. Thank you.
Right? By the way, shuts back.
Yeah.
Jacket's ripped. And he points at your shoulder seam, which is ripped open.
Please tell me that was from the stray bullet from Harmon.
No, it was not. That would have been really funny, but no, it was not. That bullet missed you entirely.
And he kind of glances at it. Does he see anything odd?
It's just a rip. It's just a rip in his jacket.
Uh,
Just another rip in his jacket.
and he just kind of snaps his fingers and uses mending on the rip.
Well, okay, fantastic. Your jacket just fixes itself.
This is my favorite jacket. Quite lucky. I'd like to keep it intact as much as possible.
The guy kind of nods and he's like, okay, whatever. And he goes back to just pulling on the ropes. He just goes... I don't want to know what you want him to say.
It's completely valid.
All right. What does everyone want to do? You're all on the ship.
So can Dolus, Dolus would like to walk over. He kind of assesses the people who are there, like Lotus, and he looks at Kieran, shakes his head no, and he looks at Twink, and he walks over to him, and he's just like, "Could you follow me for a second?
Where would you like to go?
I would like to ask you something in private."
Very well.
Question here. My bird is still on Dolus.
That is correct.
You know, it's not on Dolus. You left it on Dolus a while ago.
I think it was on Dolus last. I think
It was
Dolus
on the
last.
list last. He
Was it-
swapped
it's
it. He
still
swapped
on
it from
Dolus?
Twink back to you. Yeah, he hasn't said it left. It's just chilling.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask him to stay there.
All right.
Dolus.
Dolus is aware of the bird. Like he knows
And
the
he
bird's there.
swats it away.
Okay, the bird has been swatted. Bird gets you really angry. And it flutters over to one of the lower masts, and it kind of just lands there and looks out over the deck.
Lotus is just following Dolus, by the way.
Okay.
Dolus
Okay.
looks to Lotus and he's like, "Stay behind for 2 seconds. Just really quick. I just want to ask him something.
What can I know?
If it's really cool, I'll let you know."
Okay.
And so he kind of like gestures to Twink and asks him to follow him, just to like just out of earshot of people.
Just wait. Okay.
Lotus is gonna start doing laps around the perimeter of the ship.
I will. So you're gonna have to talk quietly if you want to be out of the earshot of everybody.
Yeah, he'll be whispering.
There are like a half a dozen crewmen on the deck, plus your whole party.
Right.
So Harmon can hear surprisingly well.
Does Twink follow?
Yeah, Twink will follow.
All right, so I have to right when they're like out of earshot. Dolus just kind of like leans down and he's like, "What is a werewolf?"
So you heard that, did you?
Yes, I was right next to them.
Well, it's a curse, per se.
A curse.
Are you familiar with them?
Yes. What exactly does it do?
Well, I pray we don't find out.
So he just kind of looks towards Sox's direction. He's like,
And Socks
Sock is up, sort of towards the front of the ship.
Yeah, and he is currently, like, he's opened his bag again. He's checking on shoes, making sure everything is good. Takes a little bag out and offers a treat to Shoes.
is cursed.
That's what it sounds like.
Will we be safe with him around?
I think we could be as safe with him around as we could with any of the ones that are with us. You're just as safe with him as you would be with him.
I understand. Thank you.
Before you head back out,
Mhm.
Perhaps we keep it between us for now.
Right. For sure. And then he starts walking back towards where everyone was.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to Soccer when I walk back out.
Okay.
I'll walk up and say, so, were you born with it or turned?
Turned.
Okay, well, that's all we're going to talk about right now.
No. A little over a year and a half ago.
I just said that's all we're going to talk about right now.
Right.
I think nothing less of you.
I would hope not.
It also makes sense now why you're searching for that item.
Right. It's unfortunate.
We'll talk later.
I know nothing.
Yes, quite unfortunate. We'll talk later.
All right. And he goes back to playing and feeding shoes.
So as you're all milling about the deck, and Lotus is doing laps all the way around, she's probably on her 4th or 5th by now. Harmon shouts out, goes, "Aye! Spymaster! How long you say before we arrive?" From the way on the top of the shipping here. "Say we've got about 7 hours, Captain." Harmon goes, 7 hours to Starlost Seas. The first mate goes, Starlost Seas. Harmon goes, "Aye, what I said. 7 hours. Find something to do in the meantime." Pulls out a flask. Just go. Just...
Nice. Nice.
Hell yeah.
In her laps, does Lotus come upon Socks and...
Oh, she's walking by everybody. If she wants to stop by anybody, you're all on deck. She can pick any one of you. Or if you want to talk to her, she's going by.
And after Twink leaves and he sees Lotus go by again, he goes, "What are you doing?"
Lotus is gonna stop, and she like skids a little bit. So
You
turn
do the
back.
little skid, Peter, stop.
Yeah.
Turn back.
I'm bored, so I'm running laps.
You certainly know how to keep yourself amused, then.
It was what Raiden told me to do when I had too much energy, so... And I'm bored.
I quite understand one with too much energy, and Shoes peers up above Socks' knees that are kind of like cradling her at the moment.
Little kit. It's a kitten. It's crawling all over you. It is desperately desperately trying to crawl up you, as kittens are
Lotus,
wont
like,
to do.
Zooms to it. It's like, what is this?
This is a kitten.
It's so cute.
Yes, and she's quite fragile. And when I found her, a little sickly, but she is my best friend.
Lotus is gonna put her hands like this, hoping that the little kitten will fall to her hands.
And Socks will, kind of wrestle Shoes off because she is definitely clawing.
She's a kitten. She's yeah.
And sets her down and goes, "You have to be very careful with her. She's very young."
She's just curled. She's a tiny little kitten curled up in your hand, looking at you, trying to immediately tries to like roll over and climb out of your hand.
Oh no! Come, wait! Don't leave!
She's climbing towards you. It is not away. It is not.
Oh, she's so soft. Does she have a name?
This is Shoes.
Socks and shoes.
It's Socrates.
Socks.
Oh, all right.
Socks and shoes.
Shoes is climbing up your shoulder to the best of her abilities.
I found
What do I
her. She won't hurt you. I found her in a little shoe in a back alley one night, and nursed her back to health, and now she goes everywhere with me.
She is now doing the thing where they try and climb on your head, but they can't get traction on your feathers and your hair. So she's just kind of like pawing around your mask and your head.
Lotus is like still, so that the little kitten doesn't move at all, or so that the kitten doesn't fall off. What do I do? What do I do?
Just make sure she doesn't fall. You can even pick her up again and hold her. She quite likes being near your heart and hearing it beat.
She kind of like pulls like hair and like ruffles your feathers with her as you pull her away.
So Dolus notices that Lotus didn't come back on another lap, and he just like turns around and sees this creature climbing on her, and he just kind of like dashes forward, like just like and like goes over to them, and like stands like above them, looking at the cat. He's like,
Dolus,
"What is this?"
it's a kitten named Shoes. Socks owns her.
A kitten.
Yeah, kitten.
He looks at Socks and he's like, "What is this?"
Well, it's a baby of a cat, which is a little creature that, and he kind of thinks about it and goes, that you have to feed and pay attention to and give water. It is a fluffy child.
Are you related?
No. Most people would keep them as pets.
What is it doing?
And Socks kind of looks over at Shoes.
It is currently putting its paws on the beak of the mask, like trying to pull itself out of Lotus's hands onto the beak.
Attempting to climb your sister.
Can you tell it to stop?
I cannot. Well, I could try, but I don't think she understands me.
She's so soft. Feel the top of her head, Dolus.
Dolus just kind of looks. He takes a glove off of his right hand and just like palms the top of its head.
Immediately you get this sad little like
Gentle! As I said, it's a baby. They are still very fragile.
He reels back and slowly palms its head.
It makes another little meow of confusion.
He lifts Dolus's hand
Tiniest
off.
little.
He lifts Dolus's hand off and takes 2 fingers and just strokes the top of Socks or Shoes' head and goes, like that. You wouldn't quite like it if I covered up your eyes, now would you?
Well, I'm not a pet, so I wouldn't know.
Then Socks goes, well, alright, and he just covers both of Dolus's eyes.
Dolus will slap away Socks' hands as soon as they start going for him.
No.
Exactly.
He'll lean forward and with 2 fingers try stroking the top of Shoes' head.
Shoes immediately tries to grab your hand as you're petting its head.
He lashes it back. What is it doing?
Trying to get your attention, maybe even teeth. She hasn't quite lost all of her baby teeth yet.
I see.
They don't hurt. Well, most times they don't hurt.
Do you think the birds know what teeth are? Like what teething is? Do you think they understand that you lose?
Well, the Aarakocras aren't the only thing in that plane, are they?
I mean, like
Aarakocras and
Lotus
air
is
people.
too.
All right.
I'm just asking. Would Socks think it? Would Socks think to explain how like you lose teeth?
And Socks takes a moment and goes, okay, so on this plane, there are a lot of creatures have, and he kind of like shows his teeth and goes, "These," and
Dolus definitely knows what teeth are.
It's go on.
and he goes, and for most of us, well, how does dentistry work in fucking?
Ye old fucking dentists. I mean, they don't have drills, but they know how.
No,
teeth
I
work.
just mean like, do elves get a lot more sets of teeth throughout their life or some
No,
shit?
no. They have teeth like a regular person that they lose in their adolescence and then have adult teeth.
And around the time that they start edging toward maturity, they lose their first set.
I understand how teeth work.
Yeah, Dolus knows all this.
Well, the teething processes of creatures from your plane don't exactly get explained, and that's why I have so many questions for you and about your people and your culture, because there's so little study done. And
Twig's gonna walk up. Twig's gonna walk up too at the same time, and he's gonna be like, they're not from the airplane.
Airplane. As like he starts rattling off like all of these things, like as while Socks is doing that, Dolus kind of starts leaning back, like, oh god.
Lotus is just rubbing the side of her face against the kitten.
and Socks turns to Twink and goes, What do you mean? They're Aarakocras. That is where
their ancestors are from the airplanes. They live on this plane.
They didn't know what a kitten was.
Yes. If you were sheltered and lived away, would you know what the kitten was? You've never seen one.
Lotus is just gonna look over at Dolus like
we are from the elemental plane of air.
Why do you seem so shocked by that fact, Twink?
Well, I'd met one before, and they told me that they weren't from there.
We definitely.
But then again, they lived in the forest where I came from, so.
That's quite fair. I only lived in the forest for maybe 100 years, and my parents, parents.
Yes,
and
I know. Parents.
That was not meant to be a quiz, Dolus.
No. I mean that I know how they can be sometimes, and you can tell that he has this strong disdain in his voice.
Right. But anyway, we survived, shockingly enough.
I'm gonna interrupt this real quick to ask, what is Kieran doing?
Kieran, after Siren got sent back up to the crow's nest, or the raven's nest now, Kieran just sits down against one of the masts, closes his eyes, and he starts to look through.
Okay. So he's been watching this whole time?
And he just asks Siren, to make the rounds of the ship and hang around if anything interesting or weird happens.
I mean, you're picking up little sentences here and there, and you're seeing everyone play with the kitten, but nothing quite in particular.
Okay.
So,
can I look out? Because I had heard the guy in the crow's nest shout they were approaching land. Can I look towards land, see if there's how far I think the land is, and if there's anything in between us?
You can see far away on the horizon behind you, the land as you're leaving it, the empire, it's the continent you're leaving. But ahead of you is just water.
Okay.
You're far from anything out in the open water.
And yeah, Kieran has no sense of anything that's happening around him. He's just looking through Siren's eyes.
He's just looking through, picking up little things every now and then. It's a bird. You're hearing a lot of wind as you fly. The shouts of the sailors, etc., etc.
Keeping away from Harmon, because Harmon's gonna shoot this bird.
Harmon likes birds. Harmon doesn't have no beef with birds. Come on. You don't know that. You don't know that. I don't know that.
See, the best thing is, none of us know the origin of this fucking bird.
Just a bird.
Not a single
Nobody
one of
has
us.
this bird.
Just a
fucking
bird.
I never asked.
So Socks kind of leans back, just letting Lotus play with the kitten as she seems to have a fair grasp on Kitten is fragile, take good care. And he looks up and goes, "You know, I've heard of seagulls, but never sea ravens before."
Does his raven look? I forgot. Does it look like magical?
No, it's just a raven.
Oh, it's just the normal raven. Okay.
Raven.
Dolus just kind of looks up and he's like, "I wouldn't know."
Flutters down, lands on Socrates' shoulder.
Bird.
There is a bird on your shoulder, Socrates.
Uh-huh.
It looks at you.
Kitten, say hi
Yeah.
to bird.
And Socrates laughs a little bit, chuckles a little bit at the fact that Lotus has now introduced the bird and Shoes.
Shoes is intimidated by the bird.
And turns to Twink and goes, "Hey Twink, you can talk to creatures, right?"
Yes. Certain ones.
What about this one? And he kind of nods over to the bird.
Would I be able to tell that that's not an actual animal?
Not just from looking at it. You'd have to talk
Even
to
though
it
I'm-
or identify it somehow.
Well, I'm trained in Arcana.
If you want to roll Arcana,
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this bird is too.
coordinated.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been thrown off by it, so I'll probably do an Arcana check.
Make an
And
Arcana
also
check.
because wouldn't Dolus and Twink know that it came from Kieran because he like
You
sent
would.
it off? on
Yeah, no,
them?
you know it's his bird. You just don't know you think it's a bird.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll.
No.
Yeah.
That's 22.
Well, the moment you try and talk to it and you hear the strange, garbled, definitely not forest creature response, it's a familiar. It's clearly a familiar.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to speak to that one, Socrates.
And why might that be?
Oh, you see, that's not actually a creature.
Right. And where did it come from?
Well, that would be the person that summoned it.
And hearing all this, Kieran removes himself from Siren and
Gotcha.
and walks up.
Join the conversation.
Yeah, and gets Siren back.
Have you met Shoes? This is to Kieran.
Oh, did they like each other?
I don't think so.
Twink's gonna ask Shoes if it liked the bird.
Criminal.
You Twink asked Shoes if Shoes liked the bird.
Yeah.
Shoes goes,
The cat.
big, scary. And then
No,
she
I'm gonna
turns back to Lotus and goes, big, pretty, and tries to climb on Lotus again.
I'm gonna say not fond of the raven, but is fond of you, Lotus.
I love you too,
Don't take it
Shoes.
personally, Siren. They don't know you.
And Socks stands up. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Dolus just kind of intrigued by this. He goes, "And to me?"
I think we all already know the answer to that one.
Dolus kind of lowers his head slightly.
Socrates stands up and kind of leans against the railing and goes, "So you've been using a familiar to keep an eye on us. You suddenly appear in the tavern we're at, hone in on me and ask me about history, and somehow you were on the ship with us, and what exactly is your deal?"
Well, a lot of questions. Very inquisitive, Professor. I don't think me being on the ship really means much. By the looks of the dock, half of the town followed you here.
Right. But you have an odd interest in me, or at the very least, Twink here.
Well, it was a crowded tavern. I saw a friendly face and a storied one. I chose a place to sit.
Why?
Which one's the friendly face?
Well, you've asked me a less aggressive question so far. I think you're a bit more friendly. I think he has a story.
Why did you come to... I forgot the name of the town. Help me, Cryo.
Racy.
Why did you come to Raisty?
Well, would you believe I'm not sure as of yet?
I believe coincidences are just secrets that people tend to hide.
And if it's a secret I have, it's a secret I haven't told myself yet. I don't think we've been introduced. My name's Kieran.
Socrates, and he does not extend his hand.
And I reach out a finger to the cat and try and
The
shake
cat
it.
does not like you. The cat does not like you. The cat immediately is a bit uncomfortable.
Well.
Just looking in your hood at the beady eyes of Siren.
And just a question. How did you know I was a professor when I have never introduced myself to you?
Well, I imagine as a professor you go a lot of places, meet a lot of people. You're not exactly an unknown figure in the Empire.
I was wearing no insignia. I am much dirtier than I was when I worked for the Academy, and it has been well over a year.
You're certainly wearing the same face.
How did you hear about me?
Do you believe in divine fate?
I believe divinity is something paladins may be blessed with. And I believe that some people like to hide behind divinity, to hide their true intentions. So I ask again, how do you know me?
I'm not good. To be honest with you, I don't think any answer I have would be interesting enough for you. I don't have any ulterior motives. I came to this ship, I came to this town, because I followed a call. Believe whether or not you do in divine calls, but I have followed mine. It's on this
who?
ship. Would you believe I don't know that bit either?
I believe most people who have a patron would know what their patron's name is. Unless, of course, you've made a pact with something a little more devious.
Well, if whatever I have made a pact with, if I have made a pact, was more devious, I wouldn't know about it. I'm here because I think I've been called to do something good. What that is, I don't know. What the history I asked you about is, I don't know. But I'm hoping you know. And you look like you have a story. A man without a story would have a lot less dirt on his face.
You expect me to believe in pure happenstance and lucky guesses. Everyone has a history.
You're all just standing around as they go back and forth.
Right?
You're all just kind of standing here watching them go back and forth.
The Lotus is holding socks close to her, just looking back between the two of them like, ah.
Dolus, who has just been kind of watching him, he's just like goes, "Sorry, Kieran.
Hi.
You are following a divine call from a being you don't know to a place you don't know with no final goal, just based on how you're feeling."
I believe in the wind, and I'll take it where it goes.
That's not
And-
what I asked.
It's what I've answered.
You are very stupid, it seems.
Oh my god. Okay. And on that beautiful, beautiful line, as Harmon shouts at you all, and Archibald shouts up from the deck that lunch is ready if you want to come down to the galley, we are going to end our session on You're Very Stupid. There is no better ending than that.
Hell
Because Kieran doesn't have any response.
Well, come back next week to see where the conversation between Socks and Kieran goes, and how Kieran reacts to being called an idiot.
Come back next week for lunch.
Yeah, for lunch.
Yeah, also the boat's going places. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, that'll happen eventually.
To a lesser
That's all the
degree.
progression of time, really.
Thank you all so much for joining us. As always, I've left the links for all the lovely people down below. What a... God damn it.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.